All right, everybody, Samori Benjamin here with Angels first baseman Nolan Schanuel. Nolan, I really enjoy watching you play so far, so thank you for sitting down with me for a few minutes. Yeah, man, I know that you have been up since 2023, actually the same year you got drafted, which is amazing, you know. So what was it like for you to get drafted in Seattle in 2023, and then like 40 days later, you were playing in the big leagues?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Kind of played, I think, around 28 minor league games, so being able to get a little taste of pro ball and then getting pushed up to the big leagues is a dream come true. I mean, if anyone can do it, I bet they would. It was a whirlwind for me and my family, especially for my debut day. Calling my parents, my girlfriend, and a couple of my best friends, and having them come out across country was pretty insane, and it's a day I'll remember forever.
Yeah, because you're from Florida, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely cross country. You can't get much far apart in those two cities and states right there. Yeah, man. And so only in the minors for 40 days. I know you were like the fastest position player to be called up on like 45 years after being drafted. So before you made your debut, did you believe you were ready?
So going into the draft combines, I talked to Perry, our GM, and he asked me when the quickest I think I'd be big league ready. And knowing me being super confident in myself, I said I'd give it a year. And he answered back and said, how about 40 days? And this was before I even got drafted by the Angels. So hearing that kind of made it click and made me really like tone in on kind of making the fast track. So it was really fun, and I mean, super awesome that kind of had that push from him and being able to kind of get that fast track. So
yeah, I know you have a meeting to get to, so I got about 2 or 3 for you real quick.
Yeah.
So you now, I asked if you thought you were ready, but you definitely came in and you showed you were ready. You had a 10-game hitting streak to start your major league career, which was like a franchise record for the Angels. And then I know you even had 29 straight games, your first 29 games, you reached base safely, which was an MLB record, or like a record for a player making his major league debut. So yeah, man, I mean, so how do you think you were able to have so much success early?
I think kind of just knowing the player that I was, and I think a lot of people get into the action and they try to do a lot of things that they're not normally capable of doing or trying to do too much. I knew my role coming in, and especially being put in that leadoff spot, was to get on base for the guys behind me. And having Shohei and Trouty behind me that year was basically toning in on, I mean, if I get on first base, I have a high chance of scoring that inning. So really that year was just taking one step at a time and just trying to be myself.
You know, I guess it was kind of surreal for you. I'm sure you probably were fans of Trout and Ohtani before you even made the major leagues, obviously, and while you were in college and even before college. So what was it like to, you know, be teammates with them at that point?
Oh, I mean, growing up watching Trouty and Shohei was, I mean, it was almost a daily kind of basis thing for me. I love watching baseball. I grew up a fan of the game, and I mean, looking in the locker room and seeing them in the same locker room as me was just surreal. Kind of just super sick being able to have my first at bat and leading off right in front of Shohei was kind of like, I had to pinch myself a couple times, like, is this real? And it was just, I'm super grateful, and I was given the opportunity that year, so kind of just knew that I had to prove myself, that I belonged in the same locker room as them, and just play the same game as them.
Yeah, your first game, you scored on an Ohtani grand slam, right? Yeah, so that's beautiful. Okay, 2 more for you. I know you got to go. The Futures game. I was just in Atlanta for the Futures game.
Yeah.
So you, of course, you know, you made your debut so fast. So last year, 2024, even this year, do you ever look at the guys who are playing and see some of the guys who you were drafted with?
Yeah, actually, this year knowing a couple guys in the game, I grew up with CJ Kafis. He's with the Guardians, so seeing him, and he was the same draft year as me, and I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's killing it this year. I hope to see him up later in the year. Hopefully he's a September call-up. So, but just kind of fast track and you kind of get to miss those things. So blessing, but also missing the Futures game would have been cool to go to and play in, but I don't think I would have changed anything right now to be where I'm at. So.
You know, and the last one for you, okay, besides Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, who's the most talented teammate that you ever played with?
Oh, I'm going to have to go Gabriel Rincones. He's in AAA right now for the Phillies.
Okay.
I think in the next year or two we're gonna see him come up and he's gonna do big things.
Nice. And how did you cross paths?
So we played together my sophomore year at FAU.
Okay.
And he was a junior, and I mean he's a specimen. Truly, can run, can throw, can hit, physique, insane. So I think he's gonna be a big player coming up soon.
Okay, awesome. I'm definitely going to look him up. All right, folks. Angels, first baseman, Nolan Schanuel. Again, he was called up after like 40 days from being drafted, the fastest anybody got called up in 45 years, position player. Nolan, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Of course, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. All right, folks, we're back.